I was reading this book. It's called The Richest Man in Babylon. And in this book, George Clayson goes over these principles that make you wealthy. And I noticed that most of my journey have been following these principles. See, principles is something that don't change. Principles are things that are necessary in order to achieve something, kind of like a principal of a school. You need them to achieve the goal of educating the kids, right? So these principles is what I came up with, and it's what my business is designed around, and the principles we follow, right? So one of the principles is wealth creation. In wealth creation, the first principle is to stack and starve. Now, what that means is you stack your money and you spend as little as possible. You starve it, right? So I was in prison, and what I did was ran a store. And while I was running that store, I didn't eat none of the stuff. I went to the chow hall every day to eat, but I had a locker full of food. So I worked the job and I saved my money from the store. And when I got out, I had $10,000 saved up because I did something called stack and starve. It's something one of my guys used to always say, man, I'm stacking and starving. I'm stacking and starving. And that's what I did. I just stacked my money and I went and ate in the chow hall for free every day. So that was how I got able to save $10,000. That was the first step of the wealth creation process. The next step of the wealth creation process is to control your coins. Now, that's one of the biggest because we get the money and we want to spend it. So, controlling your coins means spending as little as possible when you do. So, little do people know that when I got out of prison, I rode the bus for 3 years. I paid $1 to work and $1 from work for 3 years straight. So that was how I was able to save up lots more money when I was out on the street. I was real frugal. I didn't spend a lot of money. I just stacked it all up from my job, right? And that was how I got ahead. That's the second principle of wealth creation. Now, the third principle of wealth creation is to make your money multiply. And what that means is when you get the money, you have to make the money make more money. You can't just go out and spend it and then not come back. We want our money to have babies and come back to us. We don't want to never let it go. We want it to just keep coming in. And that's what I did. I ended up buying a house, a rental property. I spent my money for the rental property, and now it brings in money every month. So that's how you make your money multiply. You spend it on something that's gonna bring in money forever. Those is the three steps to wealth creation. Now, the second part that George Clayson talks about in this book is wealth growth. You got to grow the wealth now. Now that you created it, it needs to grow. So, one of the ways I did that was I lived rent free. So, I lived in the duplex. My tenant paid the mortgage. So, I was living rent free. So, now my wealth is growing. I'm paying down the mortgage. My wealth is growing. These are principles that help your wealth grow. The next step of wealth growth is to pursue profits. So when you're pursuing profits, we want to make money because a job is making a living is good. I mean, we need to make a living, but making a living on wages can only get you so far. But making a living on profits can get you way farther. And that's what I did. I created a product. The product cost me $2. I paid $2 for this product and I sell it for 20. And not only that, I can sell it to everybody in the world. So if you have a product that you can sell to everybody in the world, that can put you way further ahead. Now, going to a job or having a service, yes, that's cool, that's needed. But how many heads can you cut in one day? How many houses can you clean? How many lawns can you shovel or mow in one day? Now, if you take that same idea and make it into a product that you can sell to everybody in the world, now you can grow your wealth. The next step would be to reduce your losses. We all take losses. And if you can reduce those while keeping all of these other principles intact in order, then you can get way farther ahead. I messed up on this part and I ended up buying a house that I thought I could fix up that I couldn't. So I ended up taking a loss on this house. But since then, I haven't bought any more houses that I need to fix up. I buy them turnkey, ready to go. They making money on day one. So that's how I reduce my losses. I stopped buying properties that I need to put money into, and I started buying properties that's ready to go, something I can make money with from day one. These is the wealth growing tools. And just a bonus to the circle, if you learn more, you earn more. And what that means is if you don't ever pick up a book, you won't know nothing new, right? If I never picked up a book, I would still be selling drugs to this day because that's all I knew. But when I picked up a book and I seen actual people that's buying houses, I seen people that's actually in the stock market and investing in different things, I knew that I could do it too. So if you don't learn something new, you're gonna definitely be in the same position that you were in last year. So this is the wealth creation and the wealth growth tools, and with a little extra bonus in it. If you learn more, you'll earn more.